Hey, this is John from Snap-on John 100, and I am out for a hike. I've got cabin fever and I can't stand to be inside any longer. Alright, I have to adjust my camera. Anyway, as you can see, I'm still only one-handed, so and I can't use my shoulder at all. So I got a fanny pack on, and I'm going to see if I can't make a hike, and I wanted to see if I can make a fire and get something to eat. But I'll be showing you along the way how pretty it is out here. This is the Awatka Park, and it's in New York. Here's an old stone wall. I just want to give you a little bit of history about this area. Right across the river, or a creek, is called Garbutt, New York, and right now there's probably, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 houses in all of Garbutt, and that was about 150 years ago. Garbutt was a thriving town that had a mine, a gypsum mine, which I'm going to talk about a little later. It had hotel, it had a railroad station and yard that was serviced by 2 different railroad companies, had stores, and you know, all kinds of little small amenities. The town was almost 100% blacks lived there, and I think it was because most of them worked in the mine and in stores and stuff, but almost the entire community was black, which is kind of an odd thing in this little area of New York. But the cool thing about this area, and it's sad in a way, is now there's only like 5 houses or so, and it all just sort of disappeared. And what had happened is the mine closed down, and once that happened, everything else just sort of slowly just started closing up. And so now there's virtually nothing here. But where we're going to be going, this woods and forest around, it's a park. I looked into it because of the terrain. There are, we're going to be walking down the old narrow gauge railroad bed that leads into the mine, which the mine's long since gone, and you can't even tell. You can see like depression, but it's all filled in. But it was, you know, steam back then, and there are what they call gypsum. I think they're not sinkholes, but they're like test holes all over the place, where pits, gypsum pits is what they're called. And so there's all kinds of holes and pits around here. That's why I started looking into it, because you don't find that just in the woods. And that's what we had here. And so I just wanted to take you along with me. There's lots and lots of these old stone walls everywhere. That's pretty normal in upstate New York and all through New England. The ground was so rocky that when there's cultivating fields, they had to just constantly keep taking boulders and big rocks out, and so they just started piling them on the side, and then after a while they started getting enough to where they could actually create fencing and walls to separate stuff. So anyway, when I get up closer, I'll get back to you. Now this is a really cool shot. I'm up kind of coming off a knoll, and in front of me is the trail, and then beyond that is just the floor of the woods, and it is just up and down hill and dale and everything. And this could even be where a mine cave in, who knows. I don't know that much about this. I've been trying to look on the internet, but it's hard to find information about this. But I'll get a little closer and see if I can get you a better view. Just heard an owl. There's a pileated woodpecker. Every time I come here I hear him, and I have not yet seen him. But if you can see up here I'll try to see if I can zoom in on things or go out. Right in here is a draw. As you can see, there's the side of the hill, and then the bank drops off sharply. I'll try not to fall down. The bank drops off sharply, and there's a draw right through there, and it is as you can see, maybe down in here if I can zoom in on it, there's just holes everywhere where it's just all caved in. Right through there, that's a draw, and then the land sweeps up there, and then it's just up and down all over the place. Really interesting. Hopefully this isn't too flat looking because it's a video, but I'll be walking down through on the trail, so maybe I can get a better view. But I just wanted to point this out. This is what's so odd about this place. And I knew that there was gypsum mines. That's why the creek is so good, because it is fed. The soil is alkaline from the gypsum mines, and then it's fed by the biggest spring creek in New York, which is Spring Brook. See, there's a cut right through there, and that other one just kind of comes into it at a 90-degree angle. And let's see if we can see out here. I sure hope you can see what I'm seeing. It's really neat looking. I just love it through here. This is one of my favorite places, and it's only about an hour from my house. I used to fly fish here all the time back in the mid-80s. I used to drive about 3 or 4 hours to get here. But I didn't even know this park existed because I was always on the other side of the stream, and I never came over here really. Now you can see some of the holes. There's a hole, that's a hole down there. Then up there, there's another hole dropping off. Sure hope this works out. See over to my left here, just really weird stuff. Like that could have been an entrance, a tunnel entrance right there. I'll get back to you when I get to another interesting spot. Well, we're on the, I just realized I've been talking this whole time and it was on standby. Sorry. This right here is a piece of a pipe that was cut off, and what I'm standing on is the, as you can see all the way down there, this right here, this whole thing is a narrow gauge railroad bed, and over here, I don't know if this part over here connected to it or this was just a trail that came in later, but you can see here's another one of those. Those are indicators that this is where the railroad was. And now I'll have to come back here because I already thought I was showing it to you. Over here is brick, and I don't know, this is kind of a better look at it. It looks like it might have been an entrance to one of the mine shafts, and I'm not saying it was there. Somebody could have just thrown it there to try to fill this in, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff here that I hadn't noticed before. And over here, this area right here, there's more brick, and it looks like somebody threw 2 or 3 cars in here to help fill it in. And this looks like it also might have been an entrance to the mine, because I got to be careful, as I said before when you didn't hear me, that I can't fall or I will blow my shoulder out, so I have to be really careful. But you see that cutout right there? That's not normal. That doesn't just happen. So this is some man-made thing, and right there, let's see if I can zoom in on it, is a piece of brick right there. And I don't know, I can't get down over there. Well, I'll see if I can. I'll just have to be careful. But all this right in here is where there's a piece of brick right there. And this could have been, I don't know where any of the entrances were, but when I did read that online about the mine, they said that the ground is just laced with a labyrinth of tunnels all over the place. And they have to even be careful when they're building buildings because of it. So, not sure what we got going on, but I just wanted to see. These look like walls. There's the brick. They're just hunks of wall, it looks like. And, oh, that car looks like it might have been late 50s because of the fin on the back. That's the back end, because I can tell there's the leaf spring and a wheel right there. So basically this whole car was just loaded in here and dumped. Anyway, I'll get back to you in a moment. Now we're back where we were when I realized I hadn't been recording. There's the first one I showed you, the pipes, and that's a shot of the railroad bed and it going down this woods. Very cool. And I'll turn it back on when I get toward the end, because if I'm not mistaken, this just ends right into look like where a caved in place is. Look at this beautiful woods. Alright, I'm going to go down here. There's a couple of big pits. You'll definitely, when I show you these, you'll definitely realize that this is definitely not some natural thing. Plus you can see all this rock here that looks like it's been excavated out. Okay, you can see the interesting terrain. It's just rolling up and down. Then you come over here to this, and now you're down in a hole. That is about 10 feet deep or so. It's hard to see, but this is going up the wall, up the side, and that tree root is about the top of it, right there, and it comes around here, and that's it right there. So, hole there, and then this cutout going up through there. And I'm not sure how they mined gypsum. I have no idea, but if you can see, there's layers and layers of what looks like some sort of sandstone stuff up in there. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. See all that? See the layering of the right there? It looks like it was just laid down. Okay, really cool. Now, over here behind me, just a few steps over here, I'm looking also for morel mushrooms, because for the first time, any place I've ever been in New York, this probably has the best soil, because I literally have only found one morel mushroom in New York State, and I've been here since '83. So that's pretty pathetic. But once I saw the type of dirt and stuff, I kind of gave up looking. So it's not like have been looking since '83. But see down in here, another place where it just drops into a hole right there, and I'm on the wrong side. I'll get back to you when I get on the other side and I can show you how deep it is over there. There we go. There is the cut going in. It's like there's always a cut going in, almost like there's somebody excavating and dragging something out. And then right in there, this is all the hole, and it's probably 10 or 12 feet deep. And then it almost goes back in Someplace like an animal could almost live up in there. I hope I'm not giving people a headache zooming in and out. But anyway, here's one more, and then I'll stop boring you with these holes. I just think they're fascinating. There's another one. It's just a sinkhole right here where somebody was excavating. And these are the gypsum pits. That one's probably only about 6 or 7 feet, but a lot of it might be filled in. Alright, I'll get back to you later. I'll just pan up here. There's a hole right there. And then there's a cut all the way across there. This place is just riddled with cuts and holes and places. Alright, I'll get back to you. I'm still on the bed, railroad bed. As you can see, there's indicators. These things are about every 25 feet apart. I don't know what they're for, but it's an indicator that we're on the bed, railroad bed. And this is where this thing just, I've never walked all the way over here, because this really isn't any trail. And I've pretty much always stayed on the trails here most of the time. And here, as you can see, there's a hole right there, and that just dead ends into the hill. So that could be a filled in mine shaft, I don't know. But all this shale or sandstone, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's, you feel it. I'm trying to feel it with my lame side. I believe it's shale. I believe it's shale. Anyway, now we're going to go back over to where the creek is. So I'll be signing off until I get over there. Okay, here's the creek. It is absolutely gorgeous. One of the best creeks, I think, in the whole state. It's one of my favorites in actually the east, actually, for me. It's hard to see it through those trees, but it is crystal clear. Looks like a giant chalk stream, it's so clear. There's a guy fly fishing right there. Maybe I can get a little of him fishing. Let's see if I can get over here. Try to see if I can. There he is. Yep, there he is. Not a bad caster either. But I hope you can see. I'll try to see if I can zoom in. The water is crystal clear. Yeah, I can't really do it justice. Anyway, I wanted to let you see this. This is just a pristine, beautiful water. Before I forget, I want to just thank all my friends that for all the kind words and get well wishes and all of that since I've been laid up here since the 28th of March. I haven't been able to do anything at all, and I'm still not supposed to be running around, but I couldn't stand it any longer. But anyway, I just want to thank everybody for all their kind words and comments and get well wishes. It's meant really a whole lot to me, and also to Kathy. It's just wonderful how all the YouTube community is just so completely full of wonderful, nice people. And thanks again once more. Here is another relic. It's an old railroad bridge. that's going across. And it goes across the river. So this way now you can see the expanse. Really pretty. I haven't seen any fish rising. It's hard to even see because the sun, the angle of the sun is kind of bad. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of the creek. And here's my little favorite spot that I like to come when I'm making a fire, because it's a washed out area where there's stones. There's a bunch of intersecting deer paths all through here, and it's kind of secluded. So I'm going to stop here and rest, and I'll get back to you. Okay, this is my pathetic little shelter. There's not a whole lot of stuff to attach to, but and I also just brought jute twine. Note to self, don't use jute twine. It's not strong enough for a ridge line or anything where it pulls very much. But anyway, here's my little, I was going to show me putting that shelter up, but it would have been pathetic because of how long it would take, and I would have run out of battery and probably gotten dark, almost got dark. So I just am going to just film from now on, and I'll try to see if I can get a fire going with one of my little one-handed trick things. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we'll see how that works out. Okay. I sure hope I didn't miss that, but I think I forgot to turn it on again. Anyway, I was able to get the fire started with the Sparklite one-handed emergency fire starter. That's sort of like a Zippo lighter innards, and I used one of my cotton balls. So if I screwed that up, I apologize, because that was a real cool part of the video. Anyway, I will gonna conserve battery, so I'm gonna feed this fire a little bit more, and then I'll get back to you when I'm getting ready to cook my lunch. Bye-bye. Okay, there's my setup. I got a little stainless grill top that I got from Dave Pearson. Thank you, Dave, in a trade. And I am getting ready to heat up some water. I'm going to have some ramen noodles and beef jerky, which is my normal backpack dinner. And it looks like it's going to be really good. This wood burns really fast. It's and if somebody knows what these trees are, there's not much foliage. I'll zoom in on them close. Here's a leaf structure. It looks almost like some sort of hawthorn or locust maybe. I'm not sure. The leaves are opposite. They're an opposite pattern, and they're kind of lance shaped, or shaped more like an arrowhead. And the tree limbs die and break off, so it's like standing firewood, and then above it's all green, but there's tons of it's like those pines that you can break off the dead branches. It's like that, and there's thorns on them. There's a lot of thorns on all the trees. Let's see if I can get closer to it. Here's where my pack is. See these thorns? Let's see if I can zoom in on them. It's not really wanting to focus. There we go. There's the thorns. And anyway, if somebody knows what that tree is, let me know. But it's very brittle. But it's great for firewood. But that's also, this is kind of a weird stand. It's this is nothing that's laced with deer trails everywhere. It forks right there, and then it forks about 10 feet beyond where I am, where the fire is. It shoots off that way. There's a fork there, about 4 runways over there. It continues on down here almost like a road. This is like Deer City. Anyway, my water's almost getting ready to boil, and so I'm gonna put my noodles in, and I'm really glad I was able to take you guys along. I apologize again for I kept forgetting to turn the camera record button on, and I think that's just because I haven't been videotaping very much lately. But anyway, I will get back to you. All right, I'm packing up. I'm all ready to go. It is about 6 o'clock or so, and I gotta head out. I'm trying to spruce this area up so it's just, I mean, there's still a bunch of firewood and stuff, but I'm trying to leave it as just undisturbed as possible. There's the area where the fire was, and I put the tarp up over here, which is way far away from the fire, but I didn't want to have a fire up where the tarp, it was the only place where the tarp could fit in there because of all these brambles and thorns. Anyway, I'll go ahead and have you go with me while we walk out part of the way, and then I'll sign off. This has been a great therapeutic day. My shoulder's killing me, but I think it was worth it. I don't think I tore anything, but just a little bit of tweaking. This is a beautiful area. Where we are now is that's a railroad that is an existing, functioning railroad right there, and we're gonna be walking basically along it. So I think my battery's about ready to die, and once again, thank you for coming with me. It was a great day to be out in God's wonderful nature. God bless. I just pulled my camera back out because I had it all packed up, and I thought I might as well have it ready in case something happens. Female wood duck just flew right in front of me, and here's just a perspective of how this looks now that the sun is going down. Here's another view of how pretty the creek is. Oh, this pan. And over there, in the middle of the river, you can see it right there is probably part of a railroad trestle bridge. That's just in the middle of the river by itself. And oh, there is right there is the remnants of the other side of the bridge. I'm up on top, and this is the railroad bridge. The railroad came along there where I was and curved here, and then went across the river. And see, there's all the structuring, and you can tell from how old this thing is. It's really ancient. And they go all the way down through there. It's completely all overgrown and rotted away. So that's easily, this thing is 1800s. Anyway, there's a fly fisherman right there fishing. Deer were standing right here, right up there where that curve is, and I was so shocked by it I forgot to turn my camera on. They were just standing there looking right at me about probably 20 feet away. I can still see them. I don't know if you'll be able to see the movement, but they were running back in there. Well, it doesn't shock me to see deer because they're everywhere. That's just to make sure that I don't get turned around because it's getting dark and I gotta get back to my car. Talk to you later. Woodpecker at last. I don't know if I can find him in the viewfinder. I lost him. I'll see if I can find him again. There he goes. Oh, he took off. Oh man, that's a rare find. They are so skittish too. He flew by and landed up in that tree that's 50 yards away from me. Here's a cool little structure. I don't know what it was used for, but it's just the walls. There's no top on it. I'm still rattled that I saw a pileated woodpecker. Anyway, I gotta get myself home. Talk to you later, other deer. See him? Right there. He's right in the middle of the frame. I'm being shaky, but that's him right there. He's looking right at us. I don't see any others. That's a little better. He might not see me, so I'm not moving. It's not windy. Anyway, I'm gonna gotta keep going.